Alright, here we are, folks. Episode 83, Abomination Vaults, Pathfinder, 2nd edition. We're going to get into our session tonight. We're going to be down one player of our normal 4, Cypher. She's at PAX East, the convention down here in Philly. So she's away. She's going to miss tonight's session, sadly. But she'll be back next Sunday. And we're going to have Karma, we're going to have Kyle, we're going to have Jesse playing remotely, and, like last week, he'll be sitting next to me tonight. Right around 8 o'clock or so. We'll probably take a break and get him all set up here. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with the sounds too much. We'll see. We'll get it figured out. But regardless, we're going to play some Pathfinder. You guys ready for some Pathfinder madness?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me. Karma goes without saying. She's ready to rip and ready to roll. She's got snacks at the ready, too. You ready, Karma? No answer. Damn that push to talk. All right, let's get into this. We're going to start by introducing everybody. Jesse will, when he gets here, we'll introduce him. Let's start off with Kyle. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Expectations for the night. What's your character? What's your go-to weapon? Whatever you want to discuss, go for it, Kyle.
Yes, sir. How's it going, guys? I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, the second longest running member in this fanciful, fantastical AP that we're running. I play Bjorn, the human fighter, half fighter, half cleric, kind of holy kind of individual. He's also the tallest member of the group. He's a hulking 7'1", just a mountain of meat and muscle. And he loves to mix it up with the bad guys. Favorite weapon is a long sword. He uses it to great effect. Hacking off limbs and poking holes in people, and not really that great against skeletons, he found out. He found out pretty early on whenever he went to stab a skeleton, and the blade just kind of went right through, and he's standing there all dumbfounded like, what kind of sorcery is this? As far as expectations go, I'm playing with the fam, so I'm good to get.
Excellent. How about you, Karma?
It's a little loud in here, sorry, but I'm Karma. I play the War Priest cleric of the group. My expectations, I'm a little off guard because I'm not really sure what to expect coming up, but we definitely need to figure out what we're going to do about the tiefling that we have in our guard. So I expect we'll have something to do with that.
Awesome. Excellent. And of course, we got Jesse tonight. He's going to be playing Valafor, the fighter of the group. One of the fighters of the group. Just a straight-up fighter. No multi-classing on this guy. A little bit rambunctious and impetuous he is. But we'll see how he plays tonight. When he gets back from his little mission at work, he's playing remotely. So, yeah, he'll be joining us in a few minutes. And awesome. Now, we normally don't do this, but I give hero points when players bring snacks. What an awesome idea, right? Yeah. So, you get 1 hero point if you brought your snacks. Okay, and we're going to find out what those snacks are tonight. If you brought exactly the same snack that I have, guess what? You get an additional bonus hero point. So, Kyle, did you bring snacks tonight? This is for that coveted first hero point. Okay.
I brought 2, and one of them you're not going to expect.
What is it?
The first one I have the good old-fashioned grape red vines.
Of course.
The classical. And the second one is actually in the freezer getting chilled down right now. I made root beer floats for me and the nieces. And mine's getting chilled down. I'm going to tear into that feller here in a little bit.
That's going to be good. That's going to be good. Awesome.
Yeah, with nice quality root beer and some vanilla bean ice cream.
Maybe you could use one of those red vines as a straw.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Sounds good to me. Excellent. Okay, you got your hero point. How about you, Karma? I know you got stuff.
You definitely do. I had a little cup of, cherries, black cherries that I was eating, straight fruit. And I I ate through those all before we started streaming. So on top of that, I have a little, I have a little container of chopped strawberries and chopped mangoes that I'm going to be eating together, and a cup of eggnog.
Ah. That's a nice touch. Getting in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, but what's in it?
Well, no alcohol here. Just eggnog. I like the taste.
That's okay. Good.
Yeah, but eggnog's only good when it's got something in it.
It's got eggnog in it, though.
Yeah, but you gotta have a little more go-go juice in it.
Egg,
Because if
nutmeg.
not, then it makes me sleepy.
It'll make you sleepy anyway. All right, Carmi, you got your hero point. Congratulations. Nobody chose what I got. Jesse, I know he's got snacks, but we'll find out about that later when he gets in here. And I'll reveal my snacks. Okay, so you guys get your 1 hero point. Now, for an extra hero point, who wants to do the recap?
I call dibs.
Okay, Kyle, you're going to get a 2nd hero point tonight. Go for it. Give us the recap.
All right. Well, when last we left it off, we were kind of in a bit of a pickle, kind of in a bit of a dilemma. We were kind of gonna pick an engagement with the. Actually, I was on the wrong thing. My bad. We went back down to the demon level, and we were going to. We had just encountered a creature. Valafor had opened the door after he found a note, and then the creature just kind of almost laid him to ruin there. And so we decided we were going to withdraw back to the safe room and get some sleep, get some rest. Our spellcasters were pretty well tapped, me included. And on the way back, we heard something. Bjorn heard a scream. Being the kind of very protective fighter that he is, immediately turned on his heels and started running toward the sound. Kicked the door open and saw a figure moving down the hallway. I believe Karma was right behind me at the time. Valafor and Cypher stayed behind at the door. And we approached this individual in the shadows, and I was casting light on my gauntlet. And turns out it was a wounded tiefling that Bjorn had spared once before and found her in a previous state of bound, helpless, and tortured. But she was far more worse this time. So Bjorn and Karma kind of immediately started pulling out their medical supplies and started to bandage her up there. After we gained her trust, she recognized Bjorn and kind of latched onto me there. And yeah, we kind of bandaged her up as best we could, and then Bjorn slung her over his shoulder, and Valafor led us back up to the safe room, where then we had the great surprise of, all right, we've rescued this individual, now what do we do with her? And that went on for quite a long time. Bjorn asked her several questions, Bjorn and Karma both, and kind of was revealed that she didn't want to be there. She was forced to serve these demons and didn't want to do it, didn't want to be here, was not interested in hanging around until we could all go out to until we could get her out of the gauntlight or whatever. She was very intent upon leaving right here, right now. And then we started a period of intense debating. Kind of Karma and Bjorn kind of squared up on the battle lines there. We were all for her, kind of getting her out of here, especially Bjorn. It was very, very personal for him, given his military background. It was very important to him. And Cypher and Valafor, they were kind of, we went back and forth for quite a bit. And while Cypher and Valafor were debating on what they were going to do, they had withdrawn over into a corner of the room, and Bjorn kind of made the ultimate decision. He kind of collected her and headed for the door, and I vanished. The one time that I've actually succeeded a stealth check in my life. and I rolled a flip 11, and and
It was amazing.
yeah, and so I snuck out of there with her, and decided I was going to get her out of the gauntlet come hell or high water. Uh, and then I walked straight into an ambush. Uh, was a bad day for them. Was a good day for me. I was holding my own there for quite a bit, and then Karma, Valaport, and Cypher came to the rescue. And once they all came in, then we just kind of wiped the floor with them. Was a kind of quick and bloody ordeal for them. They picked the wrong fight. They should have left me alone, and but they didn't. So we made them pay for it, and the Gauntlight is down 7 creatures from its repertoire of things to throw at us. So we then decided to fall back into the safe room, actually get some proper rest, and then try to get her out of here again. So I think that's where we're going to pick up with.
Excellent. We'll pick up from there, I think. And before we go any further, Jesse's here. Feel free to introduce yourself, Jesse, and also tell us about your snacks tonight, what you brought, if any.
Hey guys, I'm Jesse and I play Valfor. And of course we had that little disagreement with the NPC in the dungeon. Things are all good. And sure enough, it led to an ambush. And he's ready to get back into it. And my snack tonight is Oreos.
Okay. Oreos. Double stuffed?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you get a hero point. And my snacks for the night, nobody guessed mine, although it's pretty easy to guess what that is. Today we got Skittles. Lime. Tried to get the tropical fruit one, but no, they didn't have any. So once again,
we were
back
both
to the
thinking
lime.
We were both thinking the fruity tonight.
Yep, fruity as you can get. I love them. So I got some Skittles tonight. Excuse me, it took a while to get that down. All right. Did I miss anything? I think we're all good. Did our snacks, little recap, introductions, we're all good. We're ready to get into this. Yes. Okay. It is Gozrin the 7th. A few more hours. It's going to be the 8th. It's 1900 hours. So we're closing in. You guys will be able to sleep at any point now, so you're good with that. You can take your 8-hour rest at any point you want now, and you'll reap the rewards of that. And yeah, after withdrawing back up to the safe room after encountering those 2 demon sisters or whatever they were, flew above this lava pit, claiming to be the ones responsible for summoning the other demons. So they must be pretty important in Belcora's plans, if it is indeed Belcora who's behind all this. You have two. I think you have 2 of the needed 4 shards to open the portal that supposedly leads to Everin. I think that's his name. The one who's in charge of this level. The chief demon, as it were. And you've gathered yourselves in the safe room, getting yourselves all figured out. Cypher has mysteriously disappeared. I wonder what that is. So with the 3 of you gathered together with this tiefling known as Sinemi, what do you do?
As Bjorn and Sinemi come back, Bjorn will kind of set her down over in the corner, kind of right where she is, and he'll look down to her. Are you wounded? Do you sustain any injuries in the fighting?
I seem to be okay. I think one of them struck my arm, and she looks over at her arm and sees a big gash, claw mark on it. Cursed beings.
Indeed. Well, let me have a look at that. And Bjorn will kind of pull out a bandage and wrap her up. And so she'll get 2d8 plus 10 back. So she'll get 19 back.
Oh, thank you. That's going to take 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Anybody else doing anything in this 10 minutes? Okay, Bill.
Balfour's watching the door.
Okay.
It's kind of quiet.
Sharpening his blades. There is a little fire in the room, and it's still burning. There's enough wood in here to keep it burning a little bit. It's just a small little fire.
I think we need to rest.
Karma will approach Balfour and kind of meander around to his side. Are you uninjured?
I have injuries. If you wish to attend to them.
And she'll nod, and she'll grab her materials and supplies and start trying to work around the armor that you're always wearing. And during that time, she'll kind of spark up a conversation whether or not he replies. I notice you sleep with your armor on.
Yes, I do. I am always ready. Because I know we are not safe, ever.
That's very heroic of you. Even though we disagree on some things, I think. I respect that.
Yes, as a party, we may not always agree. But there's one thing we can always agree on. We are a party and we stick together. Would you agree?
I'm here to do whatever I can with my life to help my allies.
And I would expect no less. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Maybe you could have a talk with Bjorn. Tell him not to be sneaking off anymore. He doesn't seem to want to reason.
She'll hum a little and nod a bit. Perhaps it was not entirely too honorable, but maybe he thought it was necessary. I might have a talk with him.
Balfour nods and goes back to watching the door.
Mm-hmm. She'll finish up her medical treatments, and then she'll head in to go to sleep for the night.
Bjorn will look down to Sinemi. Going to rest here for the night. We'll see if we can try again in the morning. Try to get some rest if you can.
I'll take first watch.
No, I think you and I need to have a conversation about the farm.
I'll come over here. This door does not watch itself.
Indeed, and Bjorn will kind of head over that way. I see Karma tended to your wounds rather tactfully. She's good at that.
Did you make a medicine check for that, or is that just flavor? Karma. Did you make a medicine check to heal him?
Sorry, I forgot I was on push to talk. No, I didn't actually make the medicine check. Would you like me to now?
Yeah. Using assurance.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to choose the expert DC of 20. Is there a DC for above expert that you could take, Kyle?
Yeah, there's legendary, but it's DC 30.
Is there one for master?
Master is DC 20.
Well, that's expert, isn't it? Am I wrong? Normal is 15, expert is 20. Alright, you already rolled it, so 16.
Would I be rolling it differently in the future?
Hold on, let's look this up. Off our game.
Yeah, Master DC is 30. Legendary, the DC is 40.
Alright, so what is your medicine proficiency? Not the value, but the name of it. Are you an expert? A master?
Checking now.
I think they're color
He has
coded.
I'm a master. I'm a
Yeah.
master in medicine.
Alright, so as an option, you could take a DC of 30. And if you have assurance, that if it's higher than 30, you don't have to roll. You could just take the assurance. But if it's not, you would have to roll. You don't have to take the DC of 30. You could take the DC of 20 and use assurance on that. And boom, you don't have to roll. You'll do more healing.
On a DC of 30?
Yes.
Yeah, you rolled 2d10s plus 30.
I didn't know I could do that. That's really cool.
Yeah, you remember that one night that I was telling you about the different DCs and how much extra you could heal?
Right, you were telling me that I can't get to a certain DC because I don't have enough numbers.
Yeah, you can't get to legendary DC because that's a DC of 40. But you can get to the master DC of 30.
So I roll 2d10 plus 30.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing 2d10 plus 10 this whole time. That's huge difference.
But you have to roll a 30 plus.
Yeah.
You would have to roll. So it's not guaranteed like the 20 would be.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But whereas since you have assurance, you're always going to get that DC 20.
So I can do 2d10 plus 20 and not have to roll.
You can do the 2d10 plus 10 and not have to roll, or you can do the 2d10 plus 30 and roll it. But that's kind of rolling the dice, and like Jess said, you might not get it.
Okay, so if I don't want to roll and I just want to heal regularly, I just do the plus 10 and that's it. But I have the option to roll up to plus 30 and roll a what do I roll with it? Like a D20 to see if I can do it or something?
Yeah, it's you would make a medicine check and you would say that you're going to do the DC 30, and then you would roll it. And then if you succeeded, you'd be 2d10 plus 30.
Yeah, I might have to try that sometime.
What are you going to do, Karma?
I rolled the 10.
You got a 34?
20.
So I put in 2d10 plus, with assurance is plus 10. He heals for 16.
What is your medicine check result?
I have assurance. I thought I didn't have to make a medicine check.
So what's the total result?
It'd be 20.
20?
Yep.
With assurance. Okay.
Right.
And you took
Sure.
a DC of 20.
Well, actually, her modifier would be 28 for the medicine. And that's why she took DC 20.
All right, whatever. Valafor, give yourself 16 hit points.
Okay.
Next.
I got you.
Thank you.
Let's not get too bogged down in rules discussions. Let's keep the game moving. We'll discuss it later. Bjorn, is there anything else you'd like to discuss with Velafor?
Yeah, Bjorn's gonna kind of move over to Valifor, kind of sheath his longsword, kind of
Schlink.
look to him. Well, at least we know the tavern is empty now.
Yeah, I was kind of getting that feeling as we've been walking past it recently, and it's been silent. The band members have been attacking us.
Indeed, we've been destroying the band one person at a time. Perhaps once we get this tiefling out of here, we can go investigate that particular region. I saw a few doors back there that I am not familiar with.
Well, tell me something, Bjorn. Are you going to sneak off again?
You would see Bjorn kind of ponder that for a moment. I have to save her.
Well, I can't quite understand that. But what I can understand is that our party needs to stay together. This could have been bad, don't you know?
Yes, it could have been terrible.
What if this happened further into the dungeon? We didn't hear it. We wouldn't have no idea.
A fair point. I'll make adjustments in the future, but do you understand my stance on this one? I was a soldier. I've killed many just like her.
Well, you have your demons, just like I do. You need to take care of them, take care of them. But don't sneak off again.
I'm going to need your help.
Then, let's do it together this time.
I think Karma would also assist if we ask her nicely. He kind of
Have it
chuckles.
no other day. Well, get your rest, Bjorn. I'll watch this door. So it's your turn.
Indeed, wake me in a few hours.
I will.
And he'll kind of pat Valifor on the shoulder and then kind of walk over to his bedroll and lay down in it after he strips out of his armor.
Okay, well, this conversation is going on. Is there anything you wanted to do, Karma? You're sitting at the fire. Across from you is Sinemi.
No, well, no, I'm gonna say she's pretty much just preparing for bed. So she sat at the fire for a little bit, writing in her book. But other than that, she eventually would have left to sleep.
Okay. And as you curl up next to the fire, after putting a few sticks on the fire to keep it going a little bit, you see Sinemi, and she's kind of close by, almost savoring the heat, feeling it, putting her hands almost into the fire itself, and you could see it licking up between her fingers. And I sense something. Do you feel like you're being watched? She looks at you, Karma. I feel like there's eyes upon us, and it's not your friends.
Can I see if I also look around?
Blind perception check.
Yeah.
You can make one too. Velafor.
Okay.
Since you're keeping watch.
On the way.
As you come out of your half-sleep, Karma, you definitely sense something. now that she mentions it. It feels like the walls themselves have eyes. Something is off. You look over to the door and you see Valafor sitting there, kind of pressing his ear against the door, listening briefly as he fumbles around with his axe, keeping watch.
Karma will get up and meet her eyes quietly with the tiefling. I keep forgetting her name, Tsunami, and then she'll leave her bedroll and she'll walk over to quietly speak with Valentine. She'll kind of like lean in close a little bit. Bellafor, I think we're getting a really strange sensation of being watched right now.
From what direction do you sense being watched?
Just the walls, right? Like everywhere.
I have felt this since we been in this level of the dungeon. It always feels like something is watching us. Not quite sure how to pinpoint it, but I have a feeling we are being watched by something. I'll be on my toes as I watch here. Get some rest. We're gonna need it.
Doesn't really seem convinced as she nods. And
You want to make a sense motive? I don't know if he's lying. But, hey, it's a die roll. Dice rolls are fun.
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
That's a
Sense motive.
blind perception roll. Are you being honest, Valafar?
Yeah, I am.
There you go.
Okay.
However,
yeah.
there's something off about Valafor. Now that you are truly paying attention. Ah, the wisdom of a cleric. Something seems off. Like as if maybe he's not what you think he is. Perhaps he's the one watching. You don't know what it is, but there's something about him that isn't right.
So we will step away casually, kind of head in the direction to Bjorn, and kind of she'll kind of poke at him, just try to ease him out of sleep without scaring him too much. Bjorn, you have to ask you something.
As she kind of pokes Bjorn's boot, Bjorn's eyes instantly snap open, as if he hadn't been asleep the whole time. He kind of sets up. Seems to be the problem.
And something isn't right.
When I attack,
there's something. It's hard to say. I feel like I'm being watched, and there's something not right about Valafor. But don't.
Oh, I look at.
I am in the room here. I can hear you.
He's talking to him quietly.
They're about 20 feet away from you. Sinemi immediately moves over to you as well, Bjorn, hearing the whispering words of Karma. And just, yes, there's something about this. I sense something is watching us. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's this room, but I feel like eyes are upon us.
I felt much the same since here. As far as Valafor, I seek no different. He's fought beside us loyally and faithfully.
You too? You also experienced the feeling of being watched, just like Valapor, and just like us right now.
Indeed. I've felt it a few times in the upper levels. Some magic is at play, I would imagine. We have to find the sword. Seems like no matter where we go, something always watches us.
That's what Valapor said.
As far as Valafor, I trust him. We've spilled many a blood together, had many close calls. But I'll keep an eye on him.
She kind of seems restless at your response, as if there's more panic in her of the sensation of being watched right now. Like there's more panic than people are starting to show. But she outwardly sort of like bites her teeth down and nods her head, squinting a little. And maybe it's nothing then. If everybody's experienced it, I can't imagine anything would have happened so far.
Seems to be getting more and more intense the lower we go. We'll have to be more on alert. Have to be ready for anything, Carl.
That's what Valafor said.
Indeed. And he'll kind of lean up, and as he does, she can kind of see a bit of the scars up and down both of his arms, since they're not clad in armor now. But he offers her just a little wooden figurine of a horse. Just a small little thing. Here. This will ease your mind. An old soldier's trick.
She's listening.
It was always helpful whenever I was afraid on the battlefields or on the march. I would pull that out and look at it. Take my fears away.
That would?
Perhaps it can do it for you as well.
Right, make it on cobalt.
And if she would take it, then all she would see would be this little like toy wooden carved horse. It's nothing special or anything else. It's just this small little thing.
Was it made of it?
She's doesn't know what to think about a little toy car horse, you said. She's not sure what to think about such an item being useful to relieve fear, but she will reach out and she will take it from me with some gratitude.
Get some rest, Karma. We'll need your spells again, and soon, I imagine. Valafor has agreed to help us take Senemi to the surface of the gauntlight as soon as we rest up.
All right.
I also spoke with him about exploring the tavern since it seems to be empty of creatures. Could prove a clue in there as well.
Something to do tomorrow. I'll get some rest. Thank you.
Indeed. Wake me if you need me. And Bjorn will kind of lay back flat on the flat of his back, kind of stretched out.
I would feel much safer if I had some type of weapon. Would you have a spare weapon, a dagger perhaps? Says Senemi to you, Bjorn.
I do not, but you can sleep next to me. I will protect you.
I appreciate that. She begins to curl up, looking suspiciously to the walls that surround you. The glow in the distance of the fire and Karma. Valafor in the back. So at this point you can all get your rest. Let me make some rolls. It's going to take 10 hours. At least I'm going to count 10 hours for this. For you all to get 8 hours of sleep. and still have 4 watches. Give me a second here. Okay. The night passes without incident. Who was the last on watch? I know Valafor was first. Who was the last one? Karma? Okay, Karma it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just let Karma do it.
All right, Karma. During your watch, the others catch up on their sleep. It's close to 10 hours now. You continue to feel that presence. There's something about it, and you're drawn to Valafor as he lies there next to the fire, sleeping restlessly in his armor. Do you have a feat that allows you to sleep in your armor, Jesse? Did you tell me that? Jesse, you're muted.
I do. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
It's in my feet.
All right. So yeah, you see him sleeping in his armor next to the fire, but there's something about him that puts you off ease. But the others begin to awaken, Bjorn first. And you get your full sleep so you can prepare your spells. It'll take another hour of this to go by, but you can redo your spells, give yourself a full night's sleep for healing purposes, and so on and so forth. So do that. Fire is now out. Most of the wood having been consumed. We'll assume one of you has a light spell available.
But cast light on his gauntlet there.
Go ahead, Bjorn. Kyle. Okay, so you got some light. You all wake up with some stretches, chewing on some hard tack and crackers. So go ahead and deduct some rations. 1 ration from your supplies if you have them. If you don't have rations, you'll have to borrow from somebody else. But deduct a ration. And as you awaken, Bjorn, you see Sinemi. She says, "If you and your friends wouldn't mind, I'd like to go with you. I feel safer. I don't like the eyes upon us. I don't want to have to go alone out of here or be too much of a burden, but if I had a weapon, perhaps I could be of more use, but I'd prefer to go with you. And in your own time, we can leave this dark place."
Okay.
Karma will speak up. I can make this easier with a spell called Sanctuary. Instead of giving you a weapon, we'll just keep you in the back line by me, and nothing will attack you.
Indeed, until we reach the surface, then you'll be free to go on your way.
Okay, Sanctuary, put that in the chat.
This deck,
Sure. I was
Giving it the
just
old
opening my
mark.
character sheet again. What happened to it? Weird.
Sanctuary, you have a level 1. You
So it only lasts a minute, so it would be used in combat.
You ward a creature with protective energy that deters enemy attacks. Creatures attempting to attack the target Must attempt a will save to do so. If the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends. So she can't make any hostile actions, or she'll lose the ward.
That's right. But if she doesn't have a weapon.
Fuck you, let's
Yeah.
Yep. Indeed. Stay behind Karma. She will protect you, Valapur, and I will clear the way. Are you ready, Valapur?
Yes, is that okay?
Let's go.
Well, I'll wait till combat if it happens. Because now that I just realized like it's only a minute, right? So I should wait till last minute to use it.
So go ahead and click Sanctuary, cast it.
And that's what I'm saying is if we enter combat, I will use it at that time because it only lasts a minute.
Oh, okay. Alright, so nobody's going to give her a spare weapon or anything like that then. Alright. Noted.
No.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Yes. We're gonna form up and see if we can get her out of here. Go back up north to that staircase and see if we can escalate up it.
So you're going to take her out of the place. You're not going to allow her to travel with you while you explore. You're taking her out. Correct?
Did she want to explore with us?
She said she wanted to hang with you.
She didn't want to stay in the room. She wanted to come with the party because she feels safer. But I think we should take her out.
Okay. Marching order is Bjorn, Val, and Karma in the back.
Yes,
And
Karma in the back.
Sinemi
In the
will-
teeth.
In the utopia.
Sinemi will be in the middle.
Perfect. Yeah, the same thought.
Okay. Exploration activities. Karma's detect magic. Bjorn is searching. Fella 4 is scouting ahead.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's go. Which way are you going to go as you step into this cold corridor?
North.
Up the
Is
steps?
there still a lock on that door?
No, if you want to put it on, you can do so.
Okay.
Are you doing so?
Yep. Just the
Lock. Spell. Alright. Alright, well, heading north. You make your way up to the spiral steps. It's going to take at least 3... How fast are you moving? You hustling? If you hustle, you can't do any other exploration activities.
I recommend we hustle.
It'll take half
So
the
do
time.
I.
That'll be 2 hours then. But you run the risk of walking into traps, falling off edges, that kind of thing. There'll be some die rolls. If that's what you want to do, it'll take half the time.
Yeah, the quicker we get her out of here and the quicker we can get back to the task at hand.
Okay. Alright. You make your way up to the spiral stairs, being very careful and cautious in your haste, because you know the rail is very rusty and can give at any second. So you cling to the walls as you go up these steps, spiraling up and up even further. As you get to the top floor of these steps, right before you get to those very wide steps that are like 20 foot wide and they go up about 30 feet to some where there used to be a barricade of spirits keeping you from accessing these levels. As you get to that level, you step into this ice cold wide cavern corridor rather that's like 30 foot wide. You see the standing caskets in these little alcoves that run along the wall, all the way down it, all undisturbed. And you make your way to the secret chamber that leads to a kitchen that has been braced open. This secret door has been braced open that allows you to get out further above. As you make your way up the steps beyond there to a secret little room with a fountain in it. This was the chamber that was somehow, it's magically lit. The chandelier is always bright and shiny. It leads to a library. You know where I'm talking, Bjorn. This was the realm of the ghouls. As you get up into here, you notice that magic, that light, is no longer in this chamber. Something has changed. And as you pass through into the library area, in the room beyond, you hear shuffling, as if bodies were in motion, not far away from you, maybe 20, 30, 40 feet away from you, in the shadows. Maybe this is the source of what's watching you, maybe not. But you press on with all haste. And as you go up yet another set of steps, rising up to another level, you feel a dampness that you didn't feel before. You know that it's damp the higher you go up because you're closer to the surface, which is basically in a big bog, surrounded by stagnant water. But it feels wetter. You see the formation of puddles along the corridors that you didn't see before. You see the sheen along the walls of the corridors that you didn't see before. Something is different. And as you break to the surface, after about a little over 2 hours, you can barely see the sunshine through the mist that surrounds the gauntlight, but it is definitely daylight. And you hear a howl of a wolf in the distance, perhaps in the woods, as you get across the drawbridge that used to be a drawbridge. What do you say to Sinemi?
If you follow along this road, it will take you back to Atari. You'll be safe there. As soon as you get to the town, ask for Ren Savixi. She can help you.
The name Ren Savixi, you say again? I shall look for her indeed. I thank you all. And she heads towards the path that leads to Altari, a mere 20 minutes away, and she disappears from your eyesight, which isn't far. You're surrounded by a fog. At this point, you can head back down. If you continue to make haste, it'll be another 2 hours plus.
Yep, that sounds good. We'll get back down to the safe room and go explore the tavern.
Okay. Mark off time. You burned up a big chunk of the day. It's closing in an afternoon, you estimate. I need everybody to make... Let me see. I need everybody to make a reflex savings throw as you get right to the top of the spiral stairs that lead back down from whence you came. I need a reflex save because all of a sudden there is a huge rumble from beneath your feet. The ground begins to shake. you feel almost obligated to reach towards the rail that's rusty and fragile. I need a reflex save. The ground shakes.
Hang on a minute, Jess.
Yep.
We got a 30 for Karma. We got a 31 for Bjorn. Oh, you guys are so heroic.
You want to hero point that, Jeff?
18 for Velafor. It's a horrible roll for you.
Better roll it again.
29.
That's better.
Okay. You all managed to hold on to one another, as well as the walls, being very cautious to grab the railing. And just then, the railing itself, part of it, a big section, maybe 10 plus feet of it, begins to crumble and fall away from and into the abyss. It disappears. It falls. You all freeze, and you can hear a loud crash from deep below in the abyss, the black hole. As the shaking subsides, a tremor.
I feel like the gauntlight is losing its power.
Just hopefully it doesn't collapse on top of us. Perhaps we should move with caution from now.
Why would you say it's losing its power?
Well, I mean, before, like, the lights were lit and stuff like that, and now it's not lit. Yeah.
Good catch. Good catch.
There were lights that used to be always on. Now they are dormant.
Perhaps as we kill the demons, it is losing its power.
That is my assumption as well.
Yes, it makes sense now, doesn't it? I need everyone to make a blind perception roll because you're being very cautious at this stage, having almost fallen to your deaths, perhaps. So I want a blind perception roll from the three of you as you try and gauge what is happening. Give me an idea of your general awareness.
They're on the...
All right, you continue down the spiral steps. Where are you heading?
To the
Ultimately.
tavern.
To the tavern. Okay, so you want to head back to where basically you are right now on the map.
Mhm.
All right, there you go. Mark off some more time. Finally, reaching once again the safe room, the level. You pass it by and continue south through a door that's already open. There you see the corridor that leads to the tavern. Behind you, going to the west, you see another pair of doors, one of which is also still open. You stand in the middle of this corridor. Do you head towards the tavern?
I will, yes.
You reach the tavern doors. Something is amiss as you reach for the latch. Pressing your ear against it to listen for sounds, you hear nothing, but the door does not open. It seems like as if it's been latched shut, locked. There's no lock mechanism, so it must be barred, perhaps. Needless to say, there's resistance when you push on the door. Bjorn.
They appear to have barricaded it shut.
Let's smash it down then.
I do have a pry bar.
For a very
Is this
for it to go back up and down.
important?
Right.
So much so that we need to
Right.
break in?
Perhaps an ally in here that is in trouble.
Indeed, or clues about these demons in the lower level.
You know, Romardu, what do we do?
Shrug. She'll walk
we
over
take-
to Bjorn's aside and lay a hand upon his shoulder, casting the life connection he might need in the future.
Thank you. Fantastic.
The door in front of me, is it barred as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have a crowbar. No, we could try to force it.
I'll lend a shoulder to help.
Was there not a different entrance to this tavern? Could we go check to see if that one was also closed off?
You discuss tactics. I'll be right back.
Indeed, there is another entrance, but we'd have to go through the arena.
We can get this open. We'll smash it down if we have to.
All right, be careful.
We have to explore the arena to get around the other side, and then you remember that monk creature, Carl? We'd have to go meet him again.
That is something we could do. Instead of breaking into taverns, we could find the guy who wants to talk to the monk guy. I cannot remember the name of him.
All right, but that individual resides in the tower.
Yep. Quickest way is through the door.
We understand now. Gotcha. And they're not there anymore, so where are we gonna...
Should have did it that turn.
Huh.
Yeah, but game-wise, there's doors back there that we haven't explored.
Understood.
Two.
I'm all for going in the tavern.
Three.
Karma doesn't want to do any breaking and entering.
Oh, and speaking of which, Karma, I gave you a breakdown of the rolls for like the medicine checks and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna pin that because
I already pinned it.
Oh, thank you.
That's what it was. We didn't pin it last time, so yeah, I pinned it this time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know because I remember the conversation we had, but I was still really confused because I've always ever done it the one way, and then you told me I couldn't increase that number and still not roll. So like, you guys were like, "Oh, you could roll." I'm like, "Yeah, but there's no guarantee." Right?
Exactly. But whereas with assurance, you're always guaranteed something.
Yeah, which works very well with all the other increases that I have.
Indeed.
But as your modifier gets higher, you might want to roll. It all depends.
Gotcha.
So you're going to force the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you got a crowbar. If you're going to use that, you don't suffer a penalty. So it's
I
just a
do
straight
indeed.
up athletics check.
I'm also going to help him. Give him a circumstance bonus.
All right, so you're first. Make your roll first. If you're successful, you'll give him a bonus. So, Jesse, straight up athletics check.
Public or blind?
Public. If you fail, you'll know.
30.
Ha! Roll a 30 with a 12.
All right, I think you get a +4. I'm going to give you a +4. So go ahead and give yourself a +4 on your athletics check, Bjorn. Straight up athletics check, no penalty because of the crowbar. Go for it. Critical success means you don't break the door off its hinges. DC's 20. Go for it.
27.
27. Excellent. I see you added the +4. Excellent. 27. You managed to pry the door open with Valafor's help. And it opens. There was something like there was some wooden like parts of the tables that were braced against the door. Somehow you were able to push just enough in just a way where you can reach in behind and get those wooden braces off and out of out of the way on both doors, so that neither one is locked now. So, and you didn't break them. You see an abandoned tavern.
Bjorn will kind of step in and take a look around.
Starts fucking.
Karma's gonna stay at the door because she's still not really feeling okay. It's kind of icky feeling about breaking and entering like this. That's kind of weird.
Okay, as you step in, Bjorn, you look around and you see no sign of any of the Morlocks that once dwelt here. You see old mugs on the tables, most of them tipped over, with nothing. The stains of what looks like something that was in those mugs to drink is long dried. The bar itself is similar. Looking around, you don't see anything near the stage or otherwise. It's just full of shadows. But nothing moving.
Does anyone remember the name of the guy that was to the northeast door? What his name was?
Oh, I do not. Crap.
And as these words come out of Elafor's mouth, you hear a door close, coming from the northeast.
Bjorn will kind of point that out. There, that door.
Balfour is going to make his way to the sound.
Same here. Oh, I left Karma in the dark. Sorry.
Yep, she's plunged into blackness.
Can I cast my own light really quick? But I want to stay by the door.
Sure can.
Kind of as Bjorn gets up there, he's going to kind of motion for Karma to come on in.
It's like really, really hesitant about it. She's like, I'm watching. She kind of gives you that really quiet, like, go ahead. I got your back from a distance feeling to her gestures.
And Bjorn will kind of move down in front of the door and he'll look to Balfour. Ready?
Go for it.
And Bjorn will open the door.
You see an empty corridor 5 foot wide. It's a T intersection ahead.
He'll step into the hallway there. See what he can see. I count 2 more doors, one to the north, one to the south. And he kind of said that loud enough where Karma can hear him.
Karma joins.
Yeah, Karma.
Karma enters the room when she sees them kind of go into another room. Unhappily.
South or north? North, about.
Let's go north.
Very well. Bjorn will head up north.
Karma, as you reach the door right behind Valafor, you hear a keynote play from a piano. It's coming from the south near the stage.
Quick. Let's check that out. I can't go alone. Someone come with me.
I'm right behind you.
Let's go. Balfour will make his way down to the stage.
I don't know if anything I just said came through. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting I'm on push to talk.
No, we didn't hear nothing.
Understood. Okay. Yeah, she'll kind of motion. Come on, I heard something.
Yep. We'll teleport coming, and Valvor's going to head down that way, and so is Bjorn.
Jumping out of the shadows directly in front of you, you hear a familiar sound you've heard before. Hiss! This Morlock lunges from the darkness of the stage, and it looks threatening at you. Who are you? Go away! Go on, leave me! What do you do, Valifor? You're the first to react.
I'm gonna cut its head off.
Okay, make an attack roll. Without flinching, your axe comes into play.
$22.
See, you need a 17, so you hit. Roll damage.
$17 slash.
17 slashing. It cuts deep into this creature, and it... Anything? Okay. It cuts deep into this creature, and it screams in pain as it falls down on one of its legs. Ah! It immediately lashes out at you. To no avail, Valifor. If you'd like to finish it off, go ahead. It's left itself vulnerable.
Yep.
Power attack?
Yeah, might as well.
I feel so bad for this Morlock.
I don't.
This is before anybody could even react.
No one could do anything.
Describe how you finish this Morlock off with your axe.
Before it can even speak, I cut its jaw off.
And it collapses to the stage floor with a sickening thud.
I don't appreciate playing pianos in the dark.
Could have used him for information.
I don't know if that was necessary. She'll kind of catch up with the group, kind of shaking her head.
Valifor's gonna go look for more.
You hop up on the stage. You see nothing, Valifor, except a closed door.
Check the door.
You want to open it, or do you want to use caution?
Nah, he's just gonna blast it open.
You kick the door open with force. There was a latch on it. Just kicks open. It's still good. You
He's
see a
done
chamber.
with this place.
Stands for music. A folded velvet curtain and the wooden cutout of a tree cluttered this very small chamber. There was a door, a portal to the north.
I'll take a peek inside. I'll need some light.
I'm on my way. It's doing that 2 token thing again for me.
Just refresh. Usually does it. So yes, you see stands for music, a folded velvet curtain, and a wooden cutout of a tree. Kind of stacked along the south and eastern portion of the walls.
I'll search behind that curtain, see if there's a door or anything behind it.
Okay. It's just a very, very nice curtain. In pretty good shape. Might be worth something. Say 10 gold pieces. It's in very
Oh.
good condition. However,
I'll roll it.
However, you do notice as you start looking at the velvet curtain, there is a horrendous stench that kicks up as you begin to unfold and unfurl this thing. A stench that... Give me a blind perception roll. for Velafor.
On the way.
A stench you immediately recognize. That Zugoth creature, that lizard-like creature that emanated a stench. This smells just like him, almost as if he was sleeping in it. That creature was one of the musicians that you slew. A Zulgoth.
The smell doesn't bother me. I'll throw it in my pack.
Okay. As you begin to fold it and turn it over on itself, you find that there's something that falls out of it. It's another piece of cloth, and it falls to the floor. It definitely stands out. It's a totally different color.
Take a look at it.
Let me see, is there a little square here that I could click on? No. Okay, let me do something. Okay, give me a second here. You guys can talk strategy while I click a few buttons. Give me a second.
Velafor, what is that smell? I think it's time to go for a bath, my friend.
I have to take your armor off sometime.
This is just the smell of that rotten lizard. No worries. It'll go away. You'll get used to it.
I thought it smelled familiar.
That is pretty foul.
Not as foul as a battlefield.
Perhaps it is worth a coin. That's all I care.
Okay, look at Velafor's inventory. If you're going to retrieve those, I assume both of them you're going to put into your pack. There they are. The velvet curtain, however, is pretty bulky. I think it's 5 bulk. Yeah, it's 5 bulk.
Forget it. I'm
Yeah,
not taking that.
It's probably worth about 10 gold pieces, which is 100 silver if you want it.
Yeah, I'm not going to become covered for that.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll take that off you then. Okay, but you did find an unusual cloak hidden within it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Close?
Yeah. Karma, take a look at this cloak.
What color is it?
Purple.
Ooh.
Just my color.
Would you like to take 10 minutes to try and identify it? If you do so, use any of the 4 magic traditions.
I see. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying.
You have to be trained in the particular tradition, though, which I'm sure
Trained
you are.
in religion?
If you're trained in it, you can use religion.
I want to just have Mark witness.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and make that roll blind.
And while she's doing that, Bjorn's just kind of going to walk past Velafor up to the door, kind of shining light into the whole room.
Okay. It's going to take 10 minutes. Karma, you have no idea if this cloak has any particular value or not. But it's quite nice. Purple color, too. Nice.
It would look good on you, but I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
We'll take a look at it later. And he'll put it in his pack.
Okay. It's a light bulk. Much easier to carry. And as light surrounds the room, you see it looks like these are some kind of props for the stage. That's what it looks like to you, Bjorn. A little backstage room. You're standing right adjacent to a door as well, going north.
Yeah, I'll take a listen to it.
Blind perception. By the way, if anybody wants to actively keep an eye open, looking like I'm keeping an eye in the back, what do I see in the shadows behind me? Go ahead and say so. and I might give you a perception roll. All right, got you roll. Coming from underneath the door is a very acrid smell. It's almost like as if paint has been set on fire, or something like that. It's coming from under the door, definitely beyond this door. Whatever lies behind, there is a smell.
I don't like that smell. It's like burning paint.
Careful, could be a trap.
I can smell.
And I thought that lizard creature smelled horrible, and Bjorn will open the door.
Oversized furniture, certainly intended for rooms larger than this one, has been jammed into this very small room, Bjorn. The acrid smell that you smelt before is strong here. And what you see is in the center of the room on a purple rug. You see what looks like a smoking device, a hookah. And it still has little burning coals in the very top of it. As if something was here recently.
Bjorn will kind of step in and take a look around.
You see a door to the north, in the northwest corner of the room. It looks like it was a well-used lounge room. Somebody was relaxing in here on a regular basis. You see a small bongo drum on the floor near the hookah.
This was definitely where the band was relaxing.
Indeed.
I'm going to see if I can recognize what they were smoking.
No check necessary. It looks like it was chips of paint. Something only little teenagers would do, I'm sure. Or those desperate in need of something simulating a more finer tobacco, perhaps. It is quite fragrant, pungent, acrid. Contrast.
Well, perhaps they were burning a few brain cells here, Bjorn.
Indeed, and more like they were burning their whole brains. Smell. Bjorn will head to the door, kind of letting everybody else come into the room.
Before we leave, let's just take a look around real quick.
Okay, another perception roll. Anyone searching this room? A good thorough 10 minutes will go by doing so. Lifting up couch cushions.
Hookahs.
Nothing of any value whatsoever. An old handkerchief with some kind of... who knows what's on it, but you quickly throw it down back to the floor, Karma. Bjorn, you managed to find a couple silver pieces. Add 2 silver pieces to your inventory, unless you want to give it to a friend. 2 silver pieces, tucked under one of the cushions in the chair.
Yeah, Bjorn will toss him to Valafor.
You also find the source of what they were burning here. It's like a little bucket, and it's full of old chips of paint of different colors that have been ground up and like stored there to put on the hookah. Whoever has the coins, if you want them, add 2 silver pieces.
Got it.
Yep.
What is that thing to the top right there? Yeah, that.
I don't know. Let's take a look. Looks like some pillows.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of like lounge pillows almost, but
Yeah.
Bjorn
one-
will
Laying around,
that door.
getting high on paint.
Yeah, one of the
Yep.
hookah nozzles is right at the top of the pillow, so somebody was laying there. Little hookah
Somebody
den.
was cozy. But
You were
yeah,
a creature.
yeah,
Are we moving our safe room?
not to here.
She's getting tempted by the paint chips. Let's get out of here.
Let's move on, and Bjorn will actually take a listen at the door
Blind perception.
on the way.
This door. As soon as you begin to approach it, you see that there's something written on the top of the door. It's written in Undercommon and says, "Performers only." As you listen at the door, you smell it can all be described as food. Yes. Quite pleasing. Coming from the other side.
Yeah, Bjorn will kind of take a deep whiff in. Oh, I smell food ahead.
Oh,
Indeed. Smells
I'm sure
divine.
it's just as good as paint chips could be, I'm sure.
Let's find out. Bjorn will open the door.
Placed against the east wall, to your right, Bjorn, a disgusting buffet holds a buffet of smelly fried morsels, gloppy dipping sauce, and what looks like spiny mushrooms. That's so appealing after all. But something's been nibbling away at some of this food here. It looks relatively fresh. Maybe a day old, at best.
I take it back about it being appealing. It seems someone's been here and rather recently. They've eaten. Hang on a minute, Jess. I got you.
Yep.
He comes crashing into the room, stomping over the table.
Boy, Kyle, you're having trouble tonight with those double tokens.
Yes, I am.
It's like every time you move.
Try using the arrow keys.
That's what I'm going to have to do from now on.
Maybe that'll work. Maybe it's something to do with you dragging the mouse. It's creating an extra duplicate or something. All right, Bjorn, you're once again at another door. From this simple room, there doesn't seem to be anything else here. Just a big long table, various foods, nasty looking stuff, Velafor, spread out. It's like a little buffet, perhaps for the musicians.
Is there anything under the table or anything near the walls or on the walls that I can discern?
An empty bucket, some empty mugs. There's a few crumbs and morsels scattered on the floor. You don't see anything else. If you'd like to listen at the northern door, go ahead.
Yes, I will.
You hear nothing.
And then I will open it. Ah, this looks familiar.
Yeah, we were just here.
Indeed, we were.
To the north, like I originally wanted to go.
It
Indeed,
seems,
let's go.
seems like you've come in a complete circle.
Yeah.
You're now at another door with a latch on it. Doesn't seem to be locked.
Bjorn will open it.
Oh, there he is.
You again! What do you want now? Messy office is the only way to describe this room. It features a battered wooden desk with paperwork and ink stains scattered over its surface. The only exit is the door you stand in, Bjorn. And of course, this individual you have seen before.
Yeah.
This is Vishari, the owner of the tavern. You've seen her before, and she looks quite irritated that you've entered this chamber. But you get the sense she's not much of a threat. She has no weapons, at least revealed. And she almost looks like she's kind of putting up a front and a bold stance against you, knowing that perhaps she's all alone and threatened by your presence.
Bjorn will kind of squeeze his way to the door, his 7'1" frame now on full display to her. You can drop the act. Your tavern goers have attacked us. You've come to find out why you have attacked us. Yield.
So you're just asking her to yield? She's no threat.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Like,
operate.
what happened? Why is everyone attacking us?
Indeed.
All right, now you're getting a little
Destroyed
diplomatic.
the band.
Now you're getting a little diplomatic. All right, she offers no resistance. She has no weapons on her. She says, please, I mean no harm to you. The others have left. Jafaki has been slain. I know not by who, but I fear for my life at this point. I mean you no harm. I'd rather leave this place. If you don't mind, I'd prefer to do that and grab some of the food on the way out. And she begins to slowly move towards the door as if to leave past you, Bjorn.
What about our deal?
What deal is that? I don't even remember a deal.
The pin
Remind
that
me.
we were supposed to bring. Wasn't there an artifact we were supposed to get from somebody and bring it back to her?
Yeah, there was supposed to be, we were supposed to take an artifact to a guy named Clovis on the lower level.
Oh, the Clovis guy.
Yeah, but we haven't found him yet. But as she kind of steps forward a little bit, indeed, we slew Chapt. Wasn't really much of a challenge, really.
His blood is still on my axe. See it?
Ugh! She backs away in disgust. Please, don't hurt me. Don't kill me. I was forced to work for Jafaki. I no more serve him. I just want to leave this place.
I gotta go, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. If you mean me no harm, then I mean you no harm. I just need information. Tell me what you know about the level below. You can peacefully go on about your way.
She talks about traveling deeper underground. She used to do it once every year. To an Erdofan stronghold. I believe she's in Erdofan. Let me look. Yes, she's in Erdofan. She describes how there's actually a stronghold of her kind below the the gauntlight. And every year she would travel deep underground. But on one of her visits there, she had learned that the Sagoths, those little worm-like individuals, were planning something for her. To turn her into a flesh-warped creature. Perhaps, she's not sure. And she decided that was not to her liking, not being a simple Morlock. And she murdered the owner of the tavern and took it over. And ever since then, she has served Jafaki as a preparer of those who would be flesh-warped, the Morlocks. But all that she knows about from below comes from her journeys that she used to take, but she hasn't taken that journey in a long time to a stronghold of her type, deep underground. But now, hearing that Jafaki has been slain, she just wants to get out of here, perhaps to return back to the stronghold. That's the gist of it. But she doesn't know anything else about the demons or the other things, except that the demons were at war with Jafaki. Urvin and Jafaki were not good friends, although both supposedly serve Belcora since Belcora's disappearance or defeat. Yeah, these guys have been at each other's throat. The Sagoths and the demons. That's all she knows. Now please, I have told you all that I know of this dark place. I would ask you to let me go.
Indeed, you are free to go. Walk in the light.
Valafor, do you let her pass? I know he's listening.
Yeah, Balfour lets her pass.
Okay. Karma, I assume you let her pass? Perhaps with a blessing of Ayamode. Find your way.
Yeah, basically.
All right. You hear a clamor behind you as some of the meat and food is being taken, and then she disappears. Jesse, are you on your way here?
Yeah, driving.
Okay.
Yep.
Bjorn will kind of move up to the desk and kind of begin to look it over intently.
You see all manner of paper. It looks like some of them are recipes for serving different types of fungus, of all things. You see one that's about pay wages, employee pay rates. Looks like just a big chaos of papers.
Interesting. Is there like a ledger
Yes.
or like paperwork on payments?
Yeah.
If it's readable, can I see if Belcora's on there?
You read Undercommon?
Let me check.
Sure.
Bjorn, you're looking at this and you don't see any indication of Belcora.
I do read Undercommon.
Belcora wouldn't just sign her name. She would have an emblem stamped on there, but you don't recognize it, Bjorn.
No? Okay. It was worth a shot.
Just looks like the paperwork to run a tavern.
Seems like another dead end.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll take a short break here since Jesse's on his way. You guys can plot your next move. So, what you've done from the stage to where you are now, you've kind of gone around in a big, almost a circle. If you head to the south and turn west, just 10 feet away, that doorway, you'll be back into the... put Karma out there so she knows what I'm talking about. You'll be out in that main tavern once again. So we'll go from there. You guys can decide your next move based on that. Okay, folks, we're going to take a short 5-10 minute break. Maybe a 10-minute break. Give Jesse a chance to get set up here at the house. And we'll pick up with part 2. See what the companions do next. We'll be right back, folks. We will be right back. Alright, folks, here we are, part 2, Abomination Vaults, episode 83. We're going to pick up where we left off. We've got the companions, Karma, Bjorn, Valafor. The three of them, searching all around the Warped Brew Tavern, finding its inhabitants, former inhabitants, having vacated or disappeared or been consumed, flesh warped, who knows? Except for the owner. They did find the owner of the flesh warp, who they let go without any harm. They did find out a few things, however, about what lies below the gauntlight. We'll see if that kicks into gear in the future sessions. And now we pick up where our three companions have once again entered back into the tavern and its shadows of former patrons. So with that, what would you like to do, companions?
Bjorn's gonna head over to this northern door and take a listen.
Give me a blind perception roll.
Should be on the way.
You hear voices. Struggling voices.
Get ready, Valafor.
Let's get it.
He's going to kind of motion to Karma, that kind of hand signal that, you know, we've got, you know, there's something beyond the door.
I'll nod, apparently.
And then he will open it and step inside.
This dirty kitchen features a lit stove replete with oil stains, gristle, and the strong aroma of smoke. Alcoves to the north contain meat hooks and overflowing baskets of fungus. Grates lie in the floor. It's a kitchen, Bjorn. Help!
Yeah, Bjorn will step inside and look for the call to help.
As you step in, you see bodies hanging from hooks in the alcoves directly to the north. It looks like a gnome, a human, or an elf of very pallid flesh tones, also is hanging from one of these hooks. And there's a third one, some type of creature you'd never seen before.
Are there any other creatures in this room? He'll call out to the human and the elf.
It's hardly what he looks like, but yeah, there he is. He's a bravado of sorts. You immediately recognize him as a drow. I'm gonna move it closer in.
Yeah, I had to refresh. It was doing the double token thing again. What's a drow doing down here? He'll kind of see if he can free him from the meat hook.
So this one right here is a creature you haven't really seen before. It's a humanoid, kind of pallid flesh, not elven. This one in the middle actually looks more like a gnome, very similar to Althea in stature. And this one here looks to be a drow, and seems to be the most alert.
I'll head up to the drow then.
Oh, help me. Get me off of this hook. And it's hooked into the back of his flesh, piercing through it, not in a way that goes into his internal organs, but just on the outside of his flesh, like he's hooked here. They're going to use us for food. Get me out of here.
Not anymore, they're not. He'll kind of wrap his arms around his legs and see if he can hoist him off the hook.
It's more like what he looks like. Oh, thank you. And you look over and you see the gnome lies motionless.
Yeah, Bjorn will kind of sit him down, like over here, and he'll kind of yell for Karma. We have wounded in here.
And as you step in, Bellafor, you see that to the north there's these 3 bodies. They look like they're hanging from chains. It's according to Bjorn, they're hooked. And Bjorn is actually taking the drow-looking one off one of those hooks. It's a matter of just reaching up, lifting, and pulling it out. It's on the back of their skin. The gnome in the middle seems to be unconscious. It seems to be alive. A creature to the left of him, again, a strange-looking, pallid-looking creature, seems to be missing a hand and lies there kind of mumbling to herself in strange words you don't understand. This is what you see, Bellafor. And likewise you, Karm, as you step into the room from the rear. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Falxi. I was captured by these creatures here. All I know is they were going to use us for food, whatever they cook here, I don't know, but we were going to be on the menu, and I didn't want anything to do with it. Oh, my back. Oh.
And why were you here? And
How long were you here?
We were ambushed. I was on patrol just out the outskirts of our drow city, deep below the gauntlight. They took me. I don't know what became of my companions, but I'm all that remains. I've been here for days.
Drow
Rest
City,
easy now.
you say? How deep is that?
Yes, the city of Yaladris. It lies well below here.
Are you in the service of Belcora?
Belcora, not at all. She was killed many, many years ago. Not of my doing, sadly, but I have nothing to do with her. As I said, I was ambushed and captured by these creatures. I have one goal right now, and it's to get out of here. Are there more of you?
Can I make a perception check to see if he's telling the truth?
Sense motive? That's a blind perception roll.
And while he's doing that, Bjorn's going to pull this gnome off the hook.
Okay, you can do that. How about you, Karma? What are you up to? You're sitting in the back there. Servant of Diamode.
Just kind of listening right now, but she will approach the drow and tend to his wounds. And the rest of them as questions are being asked. There's, you said 3 prisoners?
Yeah.
Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Look here. Deception. Huh. All right. Yeah. You can make a sense motive. It's typically against the deception DC of the creature. So, what did you get? Okay, I see it. Where's its skill? You can tell Velafor that this creature, this drow, is being very honest with you. He's not lying. And if you'd like to heal him, go ahead and do that, Karma.
Karma will approach the drow and extend a hand gently. My name is Karma Sunseeker, a servant of Iamode. Are you hurt? What? And then she'll just take her materials out that she needs. What's your name?
Foxy. His name is Foxy.
Let's see. Just hold her a bit.
A very young drow. Now, you managed to get the gnome off the hook as well, Bjorn. He's in pretty bad condition, but he was unconscious. And as he comes to, he starts to grumble to himself. Oh, where are they? I'll kill them all for doing this to me. Those brutes, those savages, those creatures. Let me at them. And he tries to force his way up and past you, out the door to kind of get at these creatures. But he kind of stumbles and falls to the floor and slowly gets himself back up with the wound in his back from the hook.
Come, my
Easy.
friend. We have taken care of them. They're no
Indeed,
longer.
we beat you to it.
Do you take the third one off the hook?
Bjorn will actually inspect this one, because you said there was something weird about this one. So Bjorn will actually inspect this creature.
Give me a society. Recall knowledge. Let me see. Society. Yeah. $22 points.
Be on the way.
All right. As you begin to approach the creature and stare at it, you can see it's kind of incoherent. It's mumbling and babbling to itself. You've never seen anything like this creature before in your life. You feel almost threatened by it.
Oliver, get ready. I don't like the looks of this one. And then Bjorn will pull it off of the hook.
It seems to be missing a hand. It's definitely female. And as Bjorn pulls this creature out of the alcove of Velafor, you see immediately that this is a creature known as a skulk. They're skulks. Not too uncommon in Galarian to see them walking among civilized peoples. They're civilized in their own way. Not too unusual. Almost like a drow, even. But Bjorn, you had never seen these skulks before. They're known as skulks.
Tell me, Skulk. How'd you get down here?
And Bjorn will kind of carry her over to Karma for care.
She kind of looks at you briefly, Velafor, and then she starts muttering. I don't know what's next. I don't know when they're coming again. The dreams, the people, they'll come again. I know it's all coming again for sure, and I await them all. Starts mumbling almost gibberish. Doesn't make sense. I mean, she acknowledged what you said, but then she started mumbling. So you didn't get an answer. Bjorn, what were you doing?
Taking the creature over so that it can basically get in line for healing.
Okay. Karma, if you want to do a bunch of healing, go for it.
I healed the gnome Foxy and the handless prisoner each for 22.
searching for a couple hours at this stage, healing and doing your things. And the gnome seems to have calmed down after a few minutes. Like he's starting to realize his fate, or what was to be his fate. And they all talk about... Watch, he'll bite you. He'll give you the claw. They all talk about how they were being prepared to be cut up and used as food for the patrons here at the tavern, and they're grateful for you saving them. And the one creature, the skulk, goes by the name Jedzelli, and the gnome actually tells you that. He says, "Don't bother with her. She's got the madness of the brain. All she does is mumble." Let me think. Karma? No. None of you guys would know this, unfortunately. Maybe you, Valafor. Yeah, I don't think you guys were involved with something here I'm thinking about, but no. Yeah, anyway. What do you do?
What do you guys know about Jafaki?
They don't know anything about Jafaki. They all explain they were either ambushed or they were captured or whatever, wandering these parts and brought in here relatively recently, like maybe a week. Possibly with Jedzelli.
Did they hear anything about flesh warping?
By the way, can you guys hear Jesse okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear him just fine.
When you say the word flesh warping, the drow kinda knows something about it a little bit and goes on to describe how, flesh warping. The great patrons of our people developed flesh warping, and he's speaking about the drow. Yes, I know a little bit about it, but not that much. And you could tell Valafor, having really paid attention to this drow, that something else about the drow is that looks very young for an elf. Very young. Maybe under 100 years.
Are we going to escort everyone back to the top again, or?
They seem fit and able to carry themselves.
Well, that's true. Especially if we could, give them something to defend themselves with.
I will be just fine on my own. This says the drow, and he begins to head to the door and peek out at... I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm leaving this place now. I'm going back to my home.
Where is your home before you go?
Well, he explained earlier that it's Drow City.
How many levels below us?
Didn't explain. In fact, he almost ignores your question if you ask that. He's not going into details. And he slips outside the door and into the shadows.
Safe travels, Drow. May we never meet again.
And as the gnome heads for the door, so also quickly pushing through you is that other one, the skulk. And they all begin to head out the door. Do you do anything to stop them?
Nope.
Nope.
Some heroes you are. Okay,
I'm
they are
tempted.
gone. Yeah, you're gonna slay them. Kill them all!
There was an attack of opportunity there.
Frenzy! Okay, and they meander and they disappear. They look pretty much eager, like, get me out of here. I'm done with this place. And they all just, one by one, disappear out the door. All right, and pretty soon you find yourself alone in this chamber.
See a few doors. The one behind you, Karma.
Go ahead and make a blind perception roll, Karma, as you listen at the door.
Okay.
You hear nothing.
I'll open the door.
Okay, as you're listening, what do you do, Bjorn and Valafor?
I'll move up behind her as she opens the door.
I'll take a
kinda
quick look
get-
around.
Okay, it's going to take a little bit of time. I'll open the door before that's done. But Valafor, he's checking the baskets, checking the room out, see what's in there. In the meantime, it looks like a storage room, Karma. You see a door on the opposite side leading to the north. Spare chairs, shelves piled with grimy bottles, poorly cleaned dishes fill what looks like a storage area. What do you do, Karma?
I'll go inside, kind of explore a little bit.
How about you,
see another
Bjorn?
door, yeah.
I'll follow Karma. I'll kind of nod to Valor. We're gonna search this area.
Keep some light in here for me.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another door on the other side of the wall. If you'd like to search the room, Karma, go ahead and make a blind perception roll. In the meantime, Valafor, you find under the bottom of one of the baskets of mushrooms, you find something unusual. You see a large jar, and in common it's labeled Deadly Nightshade.
You guys won't take that, but I will.
You want it?
Yep.
Okay. It's basically 3 doses of belladonna poison.
Ooh. Do I know how to put that on weapons, or is that a crafting?
Depends on the poison itself. Belladonna is an interact ingested. So it has to be given through food. You don't put it on weapons. It has to be ingested. You put it in somebody's food, poison them.
Gotcha.
So if you want to reveal that you found that, that's up to you, but the others don't know about that. Okay?
Gotcha.
In the meantime, Karma, you go up to that other door. Bjorn, you went to the chamber closely behind. No, we can't. You gotta leave from here so we can have some light.
Yeah.
Karma, you don't find anything else in this chamber. It's basically a storage room of old utensils and things of that nature.
Can I just open the other door kind of casually without, just casually open it? Yep. Sweet.
Fuzzy yellow moss covers the shelves of this room and the contents thereof. It looks like another storage chamber.
Ew.
Looks
What
like
have you
it's,
found?
looks like it's covered in mold.
Can you smell anything?
Can you smell anything?
Can I smell anything? Sorry.
You take a good sniff. Smells moldy.
So gross.
Are those barrels?
I don't know, but I'm not going in there. Go for it. You guys wanted to check this place out after all.
I think it might be best to leave the mold where it lies.
All right, Valfor's going to grab one of those chairs and throw it at them.
Throw it at what?
Those
Them
what are they,
who?
mushrooms?
Oh.
Mushrooms. You just
I don't know
gotta-
what they are. These things.
You can't really see. You need some light.
I could see from...
Yeah. You throw the chair into the room.
Yep.
As soon as the chair hits what looks like fungus growing all over the place, it erupts into a yellow cloud.
I close the door real
It's
quick.
too late. This is a reaction to the chair, so this has to take into effect before you do anything. You, Valafor, because you're the only one at the door, you have to make a... where is it? I just read it. Fortitude save as these spores fill the air. Okay, you're going to take 8 points of poison damage. And you also are now suffering from the Drained 1 condition. As these spores fill your lungs, you begin to gag and cough. You feel suddenly just weakened as these spores just fill the air. And you guys, Bjorn and Karma, you could see some of these spores kind of coming out the door where he's standing. His head is engulfed in these little particles floating around the air. Now, if you'd like to shut the door, you can do so. Go ahead, Valafor, shut the door. Slam. Oh. Go ahead, roll play it up.
Perhaps that was a mistake.
Yeah, you think? Hold still.
Why did you do that?
Curiosity killed the cat, right?
Now curiosity has to be, affected by some sort of spore for a little while.
I don't feel so well.
So the drained condition.
No.
The drained condition. You take a status penalty equal to the value which is 1, on Constitution-based checks such as Fortitude saves. You also lose hit points equal to your level times the drained value. So if you're level 8 times 1 in this case, you would take 8 points. And your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount. When you get a full night's rest, your drained value is reduced by 1.
Oh yeah, my hit points went from 120 to 112 max.
So yeah, reduce your maximum hit
It
points.
did, automatically.
Yeah, it already did that?
Yep.
Alright, plus you took the poison damage. That's stage 1. You gotta make another one of these fortitude saves again to see what stage you go to next. You might even kick it off. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put Valafor in the combat tracker as he tries to recover from this. Okay, so this will be just for me and you. I guess I could put you all in there. Okay, so we're in encounter mode, basically. As Valafor is actually suffering pretty bad right now. So... I don't know if I want to do it this way, though. This doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you know what? Let's not use that. I got another way to do this. Okay. So, as you close the door behind you and you're coughing and gagging, you're not feeling good, you're drained, you guys get to do something. So... Karma, you're up next. What are you going to do? How do you react to Valafor? He's obviously being affected by something powerful here. Something's hurting him. What do you do?
Stifling a laugh, she'll walk over and check him out. Is there a diagnose option, or like is there a way for me to affect him at all with a regular treat wounds effect? I was looking into that, but I didn't want to hit the button.
Make a medicine check. Do you have healer's tools? You must.
Yes.
Okay, make a medicine check. Is it for you, Jesse?
Can I use my hero point on that?
Mm-hmm. And your D20 roll. You have to take the result though. The new roll.
Alas. Oh well.
Uh-oh.
All right, Bjorn, what do you do?
I'll try to assist Karma.
Too late. She already did her check. You want to just make your own check? Go for it. Medicine check. Okay, Vala 4. I need you to make another fortitude save as you grow weaker and more drained. As you struggle there, you begin to fall against the wall. Give me another fortitude save.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It's the second one.
Crit fail.
You immediately feel the poison move through your body. You take 14 points of damage. You are now drained 3. You begin to stumble.
3 or 4?
You're drained 3. So 8 times 3 is 24 points of damage you're going to be taking. You should be taking additional damage here.
It did.
Keeps decreasing my max HP.
Yeah, it's down to 96 now. Did it do it right? Because that should have been like 24 points reduced from your max.
It is. Because that was 120.
All right. All right, coming back to you, Karma. What do you do?
Can I use treat wounds on him?
Treat wounds will help with hit points.
It will help with hit points. I don't know if I have anything that I know it does something to sickness. I was just checking to see if I had that feat for anything else. Frightened or sickened.
My fortitude modifier is going down too.
I'm gonna. Can I try to diagnose him again? Is that even an option? Because I don't know what else to do. If I don't think treat wounds is gonna do anything.
No, treat wounds won't. There's stop bleeding and stabilize, which is administer first aid. There's treat disease, which is diseases. There's treat poison when somebody's been poisoned that you can also do. All these require you be trained in medicine and also have healer's tools. Blah, 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 blah. You get a creature +2 circumstance bonus to its next savings throw against the poison. This, let me see here. I think this is a poison. I don't think it's an affliction, but yet it's written like an affliction. But yeah. Go ahead and make another medicine check as you try and treat the poison.
Medicine check, okay. Okay.
You could tell right away that what's happening here. This is something called a yellow mold, and its spores are poisonous. When it's disrupted, like Valafor did by throwing the chair in there, it explodes, and all these spores fill the air, and it's very toxic. And he's obviously suffering from that right now. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Bjorn, what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna kind of prop him up and see if there's anything I can do here.
Okay, make a medicine check. Recall knowledge. Medicine check. Don't have to be trained to do this. You also recognize this as something called yellow mold. You've heard tales of this stuff, and it can kill somebody, but you also learn that you can wait this out and the spores will eventually clear up and go away. Its effect is very short term. It's not a long term thing. Valifor, go ahead and make another fortitude save. You're going to get a +4 on this. Thanks to karma. Sadly, with the roll of a 7, I don't know why it does that. Would you like to use a hero point?
I don't think I have any. Let me double check. Nope, I'm out.
I'm going to give you a hero point from the previous encounter, so go ahead and make a reroll. Everybody gets a hero point, by the way. Karma, Bjorn, you give yourself a hero point.
Got it.
Go ahead and make another fortitude save, Jesse.
Yep. 29.
All right.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That wasn't me. 18.
+4 is 21.
Okay, so with that,
I'm sorry.
okay, you don't take any additional damage. Did that include the +4?
I had to add it.
Oh. 22. Alright, you don't take any additional poison damage. The spores are all cleared out at this point, but the drained remains. The only way you're going to get rid of that, according to karma, is if you get a good night's rest.
And we just rested.
And that'll reduce it by 1. And you're at drained 3. But you don't take any additional damage. Alright?
Alright.
So you're drained 3. Okay. So we'll leave it at that.
What did we learn?
What did you learn, Valifor?
I'm not talking about it.
All this mucus is coming out his nose. He's in bad shape.
Like Bjorn has like a rag up over his face, so that way like he can, cough into the rag or whatever. Yes, that's it. Cough it up. Cough it up. He's kind of beating Valifor like on the back to try to help him kind of clear it. Like he's like hitting him kind of hard there across the back. Like I said, cough it up.
It's going to be a while before I'm hitting that full capacity. Ugh.
And what was that you told me about being a team?
Quiet.
Or you
I
fit to
was doing the right
continue?
thing. Well, I guess we're not going into there.
No. Let's check the other hallway across the room.
The other hallway across the room. Okay, that's over here. Alright, as you come stumbling out, you're drained, Valifor. Oh, I need sleep. You vacate the room. And you see that it's an L-shaped corridor, 5 foot wide, Bjorn. And as you step into it, it reveals itself going to the north. Quite some distance, maybe about 20-30 feet. And there is another door at the end of this corridor.
Valifor, stay behind with Karma.
Why?
Because if he takes
She's
a turn
alright.
for the worst.
I have a life connection on you. You can't do that anymore.
No, like, what he meant was Valifor to keep with you. That way, if something happens and he starts taking damage, then you can heal him.
I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. Open the door.
Alright, Bjorn will walk up and open the door then. and then out pops the dragon.
When it happens, I'll see it one day.
Seeing Valifor struggle up the hallway, Bjorn kind of pat him on the shoulder. Go at your own pace. We don't need to rush here.
Rush. Go. I'm fine.
You hear her snicker just a little bit. It was the chair. You had to throw the chair.
You called me a fighter with a death wish. And he kind of chuckles as he opens the door.
That was Sheppy, not me.
Describe what you see.
As Bjorn kind of looks in. It's a portal. Another portal. Barrel.
A circular chamber is plainly used for storage, as it has several large casks stacked along its rounded walls. Dull silver fills the faded runes carved into the stone walls and floor. It's another portal.
Can I possibly see a connection between the other portals by looking at this? Like similarities?
Yeah, we call knowledge occult. Or any of the four traditions. You don't have to be trained, but it would certainly help. What do you mean by similarities?
Like, is there anything between the other portals that we've seen that are similar to this one? Something that might tell us that it's connected to another portal that we've seen?
Go ahead and make a roll.
I guess I'll do religion. It's my highest.
It's not exactly your forte either.
No.
From your limited knowledge, Valifor, the symbols, the runes, they are similar to the ones you've seen before. You've seen certain designs in the runes that you've seen in temples, particularly of Gozren, but others. That's the only connection to religion you can make, but these runes are all similar to each other. They've got a very similar design. They're obviously, like you discovered before, all linked into some type of network that allows for quick passage between levels and rooms. Obviously, this is also inactive at the moment. Most of these teleportation circles seem to be inactive. I think there was only one you encountered that actually worked.
I'll kick around the barrels and see if there's anything in them. Or the crates.
Okay, let's roll a die here. You're gonna find yourself one copper piece. Add it to your inventory. They're laying in the floor. Some old rags, rotted food stuff inside of one of the barrels. Old fruits, just rotted. Ugh. Doesn't bother you, but you hear a gagging noise coming in the back of the group. Karma's back there. Now what? What did he stumble into now?
Why is there always a stench?
Always. What did you step in, Bjorn?
I'm gonna buy you some perfume, Valifor, the next time we withdraw to Otari.
Not needed. The smell of monsters adds to my camouflage.
Doesn't seem to be an exit here.
Well, it seems we've hit a dead end.
Indeed. Outside of popping open the grate, I think we're done up here.
Where would you like to go, Bjorn? You're leading the group.
I think it's time we head back down to the demons.
As you step outside of the round corridor, you hear a horrible scream of pain and agony coming from the south.
I'll immediately brace for battle and begin to move in that direction.
Okay, go ahead. Move yourselves down. Okay. What happened here? Did it move twice? What happened there? Why did it do that?
Double token.
Yeah.
You gotta refresh.
Oh, now Fred's just got the bug.
He does.
Let me get rid of this one. Oh, we'll get rid of it.
I moved.
Let's get rid of that one. No, won't get rid of either one of them. Alright, let me refresh. I got 2 Valor4s. Anyway, as soon as you get into this chamber where you freed those prisoners, you step into the doorway leading into the tavern, Bjorn, and there you see the source of the sounds. There you see one of the prisoners you released. It was the Skulk, being torn asunder by what looks like a Drider. A familiar Drider, one you saw in here before, the female Drider, that was the so-called bouncer. And
Seeing that, yeah, Bjorn will kind of look up to her. I killed your mate, or the one that you procreated with. I don't know how anyone can ever stand to procreate with such an ugly creature. I will have to have another long and arduous talk with Sheppy about his choice in a love affair. And yeah, he is just kind of trashing her for being just this ugly, hideous looking creature, calling her everything in the book. Even Karma would be blushing. He's pulling out all the "your mom was so ugly" jokes. You know.
where'd they go?
Karma's definitely blushing.
Balfour is not gonna waste time. He's gonna rush in.
Okay, let's go to the combat tracker. Everybody's going to be using perception. Everybody gets a +1 because Valafor is keen on this, watching to the front. So if you forget to add it, let me know and I'll add it.
I didn't add it. Sorry.
Yeah, mine should be 22 as well.
Okay, Bjorn, you're good. Karma. Oh, you're also 22. Oh, you both got 22. Huh. So either of you two can go when you want. You decide amongst yourselves which one of the two of you go first.
Valor can go first, no problem.
Valafor, did you roll? Open up your...
I did. I could see it on your screen.
Or was it Bjorn?
For some reason,
Whoever
it's
can,
not.
they can go before me.
You sure?
I
Yeah.
did hit it.
Right click that. This thing.
There it goes. It's just going slow.
Where is it?
Here. It's not moving.
Yeah, but where's your tracker? This thing, Jesse.
Mine don't pop up like that.
Oh, you have to right. Oh, I see. Right click it. Huh, it's not doing it for you. No, it's not responding. Sorry, having a technical issue here, as usual. Get off this and go back into the chat. And
It's not. It's screwed up.
yeah. All right, hit refresh. You could look at mine. All right. Velafor's at 36. He's at the front, so he's first. What would you like to do?
He's gonna run right up to Ugly and power attack her if he can.
All right, no problem. You can get in the room, no problem. Boom, we'll put you right there. That's going to take you 2 actions. Go
Just a regular hit.
ahead and make a regular attack.
You'll have to do it.
Kyle, you want to make his roll?
I can.
He's making a normal attack with his axe. His Valafor comes tumbling over the bar and over the tables, kicking stools down. He rushes forward. Rah!
Hit normal.
32. That's going to be a normal hit on this Drider.
It's going to be 21 points.
Of slashing. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Next up, we're going to have. Let me begin the encounter. We're going to have one of the Morlocks. Actually, let me get rid of this one Morlock. It's going to screw up on me. So both Morlocks will go at the same time. All right, let's see. Ah! It hisses. And it moves towards you to get within reach. It's going to launch at you with a series of nasty claws, Valafor. Now that you've made yourself open to attack, it's going to strike. This time with a wooden chair. Ah! It's got a wooden chair in its hand, and it misses. It's going to attempt to strike again with this wooden chair. Ah! And it misses. At this point, it just drops the chair and attempts to clamp on you with its jaws. Oh, I can't. It moved. It's done. The other one, however, he's going to move up to here. And then he's going to try and hit you. In his case, he's going to use a mug from the table nearby. A pewter mug, particularly nasty and heavy. Critical hit. Let's see, 28. What's your armor class?
26.
26. Okay, that's success. That'll be a critical success. All right, so he really clocked you with this freaking mug. Just keep refreshing it. You're going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage from a pewter mug. So give him 12 points of damage.
Got it.
He's going to try another attack with the pewter mug since it was so successful. No, not with a 4. Okay, the Morlocks are done. They look vicious, Karma, and you're up next. It'll load eventually.
Yeah.
Since we were the same, would it be okay if Bjorn goes next?
It's up to you two.
I can go if you want, Carl.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't mind you going first. Probably better.
All right, then I'm going to leap up and over the table, and I'm going to get into this fight.
Okay, no check necessary. Just move your normal distance over there. Kick over tables and chairs.
Game's paused.
Oh, sorry.
Get to right there, and I'm going to start laying into this creature. Target the Morlock first.
Okay.
That's critical.
Critical hit. Go roll your damage.
It'll be 32 points of slashing damage.
Ah! You bring it to its knee.
And that was all I could do.
Okay, go ahead, Karma.
All right.
Karma likes to get very technical. Look out, everybody. She's got something in mind. What's she gonna do? Okay, she rushes in over top of the bar. She's at the door.
All right. So moving my full distance to there, I have 2 moves left. I'm gonna cast Dancing Shield on my shield and give it to Velafor.
Put that in the chat. I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dancing Shield. I'll drag that to your... oh, no. Kyle got it. Kyle got it.
Yep.
He's onto this. You could click on Discord. And if he streams for you,
He is.
you could do that.
It works.
Why is it showing me on there? There you go. Alright, so Karma's done. Dancing Shield is now in effect. We're going to go to this creature here. Darn you, Valifor. Fighters. Let me see, I wanted to do something. Curse you, human. And it begins to wave its hands. If you'd like to make a reactive strike, you can do so.
Absolutely.
As magic crackles and fills the air around this creature. 26, 30.
Normal.
That's a normal hit. 24. Not enough to cause a disruption. The spell goes off. Suddenly, the creature disappears.
It's gonna die. A charge.
No, that's not it.
It's in the freaking car.
Do you need that big one?
Yeah.
Plug it into the USB. Then there you go. All right. Gonna go to round 2. Valifor is up. So this Drider just went invisible.
What are we doing, Jess?
Round 1. It's a big. It's a trapezoid.
Didn't I have a charger for that before?
You did. I can get mine.
All right.
Just hit that wounded one in front of me.
Normal.
Yep.
That's pretty quick. So that'll be 36, and you can also hit the one that's underneath it.
Yep, with the same roll.
That'll be
Go get it, Jess.
For my last action, I'll try to see if I can find the drider.
damage the creature equal to the total of weapon damage study. So that means the other creature is going to take 36 points of damage as well.
Okay. All right, still got a couple points left. Almost finished him off. He's got 2 hit points left. And his last action was going to use a seek to find out where the Trider went. But you have to choose the area. Is there a particular area of the room you'd like to use for your perception roll? Kyle?
Yeah, and then this area down here.
All right, go ahead and make the roll. Blind.
Should be on the way.
You're certain that it's nowhere there in that area, nowhere near the stage. There's nothing. There's no indication.
Okay then.
All right, Warlock. There's one left. He lets out a screech and attempts to run. Velafor used his reaction, I think, right? Or no? No, he just had a turn. He's still good. So he can use his reactive strike on this Warlock that's trying to get away. 25 is a hit.
It'll be 19 points slashing. You're muted, Brett.
Still can't hear you, even though I can see you talking.
Yeah,
Okay,
keep talking.
sorry. Bjorn, you're next.
Okay, I'm gonna cast the invisibility.
Put it in. Translucent shapes, and they are concealed to you, so you need a flat check of 5 to be able to target them. They're a little bit translucent-y, so that's why they're concealed. But you could see them. Now, you're the only one that can see them, so I'm not going to reveal the token, because everyone will see it. But you can use an action to point out the location of somebody. And if they use a seek action in that area where you pointed out, where you see the Drider, they'll get a bonus on their perception check.
Okay, but I can't see it.
You can see it.
Okay,
They
then
will.
I will point that out.
They will never see it, but they'll know where it is. It'll be undetected to the Karma and to Jesse. That's the best they can get because it's invisible. They can't see it at all, but you can see it a little bit better, much better actually. It's translucent. So I'm going to show you. Let's see, how can I do this so only you could see it? Ah. All right, what do you want to do once you do see it?
I'll point it out, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Did that take 2? Duration 10 minutes it lasts. Did that take 2 actions? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and your final action is to point out. Okay, so everybody else, I'm just going to let you be able to get a bonus on your perception check to see where it is. Okay, Bjorn's turn is done. Karma, you're next. You hear Bjorn pointing out towards the door up in this location here.
Is the skulk anywhere nearby?
The skulk's body is ripped apart and motionless right where it was
That's
standing.
unfortunate. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay where I'm. No, actually, he said it was in that area. If I seek it out, I could see where exactly it is.
It will always be undetected to you because it's invisible.
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is do this. So I'm gonna bless me and my allies. Gain a bonus to attack rolls when in the emanation of, I believe, where I am. I'm like the 5 feet of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're the epicenter of it.
And I'm gonna move here for now. I think that'll work decently well.
Is there a way to jump to the party on the map?
Just refresh it. Okay, so you move down there. Did bless 2 actions.
And that's it.
Okay, spell effect bless. Is that on Valafor? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's on my. I can put it on somebody else.
Yeah.
I thought it was from me.
You could bless
Yeah,
yourself, I think.
Yeah, and we can also drag it to our tokens.
Cool. As long as you're within 5 feet of me. Got it.
So everyone within 5 feet of you is blessed, including you. Abomination targets you. And yeah. So, okay, you're done. We're going to go to the creature. As it peers through the doorway, you should be able to see it now. This big giant counter. Doesn't fit, but yeah, he's in the doorway. Where the heck is the spell? Oh, there it is. Now you will all pay! And it begins to weave magic in the air. 2 actions go by. Fire appears between its hands. Smoke fills the air. Sparks fly. Fireball is laid waste to the area that you guys are currently standing. You all have to make a basic reflex save. I'm going to roll the damage first, alright? It's going to affect all 3 of you. Is that right? Let's see. Okay, make your basic reflex save as this explosion right in the middle of you, centered around Karma, goes off and fire erupts. Don't put that here.
I can't.
Oh, that's the charge? Alright, the DC. The DC was 26. Alright, Valafor got a 30. You passed, you'll take half damage. That's going to be 13 points of damage. So give Valafor 13 points. Karma, you failed. You're going to take a full 26 points of damage from the fire and flames. Bjorn, you failed. With a 23, you're going to take 26 points of fire damage. Okay. And it disappears from sight.
Not for long.
Okay, we're going to go to the next round. Fella 4, you're up.
All right, move me in the direction of where it was, if it's pointed out.
Remember,
Need one of your tall three.
you can lay your hands upon me to heal if you're injured before you move.
The creature's no longer invisible. It's no
Okay.
longer in sight. It ran away.
All right, I'll lay a hand on Karma first.
Okay. That is the vital beacon will be 4d10. Do I roll that or does he roll that?
I'll roll it. That's exactly what you took. And then you wanted to book up there, Jess? That's one. I'm gonna put you right there, that way you can still see us.
Yep.
Is he done?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Bjorn, you're up.
I'll lay a hand on Karma's shoulder, kind of utter a small little prayer.
That's 4d8.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll dance at your wedding. And then I'm also going to tear off after it. Mm, 25.
Okay, Bjorn rushes forward.
15. 25.
It's working.
That's it for me.
Okay, Karma, you're up.
All right. Let's tear after 2, I guess. So let's catch up.
Put a Drider's head on a spike, guys. It's gonna happen.
Keeps running away from us.
Karma keeps going through walls. What is she doing? There you go.
I'm like, is it gonna follow the path or not? Like, I didn't know.
No, it won't go through walls. So you got to use the space bar to create little nodes to move along. Or use the directional keys. That's an easy way to do it. No matter, here she comes. She's in the lead. Last to go, but she's in the lead. Come on, come on. Yeah, there you go.
We're in the lead. That's everything I got.
It stops momentarily as it sees both Bjorn and Karma closing in. It slams the door.
No,
Where'd they go? We have to leave now. We don't know where they went.
It makes a big circle.
Oh, damn doors. Oops. Yeah, didn't go that way. Went that way. There. That's where it goes. Okay. Balfour, you're up. Good look at this. You're right here.
I know where it went.
Are we tearing after it?
I don't have no light. I wouldn't go that way.
You would only go towards where Bjorn is.
Yep, I'm gonna go towards the door. Open it.
Coming.
And go as far as I can.
It's no longer in sight. That's 25 right there. Got
We're
it.
gonna be chasing them throughout this circle.
Yeah,
Guys.
Yeah, I
That's
just went out
exactly
the
right.
back door behind us.
Go ahead, Bjorn.
I'm gonna shout to Karma. Go back around, back the way we came. And you could see the look on his face, Karma. It's not Bjorn. His eyes are vibrating with a bright, vibrant green. There's dark circles of shadows up underneath his eyes. What was normally his red beard is now fully brown, which was highly odd to you as he goes rushing past you.
You probably noticed this. Well, maybe you don't, Balfour. I don't know. You're in a rage yourself. Something is odd about Bjorn.
Something is odd about everyone.
Yeah. Balfour. Nobody trusts
This
each
place
other
is
anymore.
getting to us.
Eat my ass. Aha! I see ya! I see it! That was 2 actions. Now, do I have enough left to get through?
Bastards. Trying to get away.
I got enough to get there. I see it. I'm in hot pursuit.
You hear Bjorn screaming from up ahead. I see it, I see it. Hot pursuit. Follow me. Okay, Karma, you're up.
We're doubling back.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
You guys really want to kill her, but maybe we should just let it go.
Nope.
Kill it.
Sheppy's life choices. Nope. I'm killing this bitch.
trying to leave.
Nope. I'm gonna hit him on the spike, and I want that glaive, and I'm gonna impale it right in the butt
Oh
cheek.
my god. Range 60 feet.
You're drained to 3. Drained to 3.
I'm gonna use needle darts on it. I guess. I don't know about any of this adamantine or cold iron, so I'm just gonna hit the regular button here.
Make a spell attack against your target's AC. Does 3d4 piercing damage. Might cause bleeding. Critical success, it will. So go ahead and make your spell attack. You need a 26.
29.
Okay, you got a success.
Roll damage, right?
Yeah. Normal damage. 12 points of piercing damage. Ah! Nice shot.
I got him.
You did. Let's see, if I gave him a +2 armor class bonus for cover, what did you roll? 29? He still would have
29.
got a 6. Yeah, he still would have got him. All right. It's the creature's
Yeah,
turn.
that's it. That's it for me. What happened to your hot pursuit?
Gotta wait till my next turn. But I'm gonna get it.
I don't know. I don't think you're gonna get it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I don't care if I gotta run up and down this gauntlet. I'm gonna get this bit. He's counting on me, damn it.
All right, you're going to pursue Valor 4. You're way in the back. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up and take the direction of where it went and chase after it.
Oh, that's 2.
Of course, I'm gonna be in the dark soon.
That's all 3.
All right.
Is that still loading? God. This isn't up and loaded too, is it? Discord?
Nope.
Did you log out of Discord?
No.
Are you there? Oh, it's on your phone though. You could actually... That could actually be off, Discord. You don't even need that on. Yeah. Just open it up and... Actually, you do need it. You need to watch a stream. Maybe that's what suddenly slowed it up. Alright, that's as far as he's got. Okay, you don't see him up
Yep.
ahead, Valor 4. Gonna go to Bjorn.
I'm booking it.
Dude.
1.
It's personal, huh?
Yeah, very personal. I'm gonna get me some of it. It's around here somewhere. I know it is.
You done?
Got 15 feet of
Get
movement.
that off. Get off the level. If it's, you can't see it in there, it's gone for good.
Got 15 more feet. It's gotta be in here.
It's not.
It's gotta be in here. I see an open door down there. I see it. I see me an open door. I suspect it's down that way.
Go ahead, Karma. Boy, this would be a perfect time for an ambush on you guys.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
You are all separated.
You know what? You know what? I think I'm gonna just have Karma.
Blow the horn of recall.
How do you make it turn when you do yours?
Oh, you hit the space bar.
No, I made it go. That's fine. That's 15. And she's gonna have a seat right at the end of the bar here, and just kind of wait for them to come back. I think for at least a round or two. We'll see what happens. But she's not gonna go chasing them all over the Abomination vaults.
It's going through all the motions.
Okay, you're alone in the hallway, Valor, right here on this map. Yeah, because it just loaded. Do you want to pursue Bjorn where he went?
Yep.
$75
Are
total.
you just trying to get up to? Yeah, that'll be 2 actions to get you in here. And we got nothing.
I wonder if it went down the steps or if it kept going. Hard to say.
Or if it's invisible.
Well, I have seen visibility on.
You do.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
You do.
And I don't see jack.
Well, Kyle, I think we have to call it off.
One day.
You letting it get away? Okay. Drop out of encounter mode.
I'll put a hand on Bjorn's shoulder and say, "It's all right. We'll get it next time."
And you can also see Bjorn's facial features are not what you've seen. Yeah, it did kind of freak you out for a minute before he kind of lets out this long roar. These holes are mine. We will meet again, Ryder.
Suddenly, Karma, as you linger back within the tavern, everything goes black. The entire chamber, everything in front of you can't even see your fingers. You are surrounded by darkness. You hear a cackle in the background. Magical darkness surrounds you. I'm going to put you in initiative.
Okay.
Suddenly, a jolt of electricity pierces your body. Where you're sitting at this wooden frame of a bar begins to smoke and smolder, and your body begins to shake and writhe in pain as you're engulfed momentarily in flames. You're going to take 25 points of fire damage as you erupt spontaneously. Make a perception roll for Jesse. For Valifor, I mean.
Be on the way.
Make a perception roll for Bjorn. Bjorn, you hear the sound of an explosion coming from the direction of the tavern.
We have to go, Carmen. And he'll start tearing off that direction.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Go ahead, Bjorn, you're next.
Yeah, he's just gonna start tearing off. Game's paused. But he's gonna start tearing off back toward the town. Here. First. Second.
You could see all around the center of the room near the bar over in this direction here. You see something unusual. There's like this black circle of darkness that just fills the room. Even your light doesn't penetrate it. You don't see the tables, you don't see that part of the bar. But at the very top of this darkness, you see what looks like, briefly, looks like flames licking out from this dark circular orb and then just dissipates.
I've got to go in there. I got to get Karma. So Bjorn's just going to kind of walk in a straight line until he hits the wall.
Did you use all your actions moving? Do you have any actions left?
That was only 2 actions.
Okay, one more action left.
Back here.
All right, so you're going into the darkness?
I got to get Karma.
You see nothing. You hear nothing. You see nothing. except complete darkness. You feel yourself stumbling around and walking into chairs. Your turn is done. Now, I need to know what you're doing, Valafor. All you know is Bjorn just disappeared, ran back towards the tavern.
I'm gonna go the direction he went. I'm in darkness right now.
Alright, that's all your turns. To feel your way along the wall and back to the door. You see complete darkness. There is no light anywhere.
Can I light a torch? I have.
It'll take you an action to go through your backpack. It'll take you another action to get out your torch and to light it. Right now you're completely blind and in darkness. We're going to go to Karma.
Okay.
Well, the only thing you could do is really just feel yourself around. The fire is gone. You can't see anything. Your magical light does not pierce this darkness. This is some type of magical darkness that's been thrown upon you.
Well, I'm not really sure what to do other than I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. I'm just going to remain in place.
I'm gonna remain in place, and I just wanted to ask, a hostile action is attacking something, correct? Causing
Yes.
harm to something else. A heal is helping an ally, not a hostile action. I just want to make sure.
That's helping an ally.
Cool. Okay. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Bjorn, you're up.
I'm going to spend all 3 actions trying to find Karma.
As you move, well, how are you moving?
Would he be able to hear me if I cast?
Yeah. You can hear.
Okay, then I'll as she was casting Sanctuary, I'll kind of fumble my way around, kind of in the direction of the spell.
You travel about 5, 6, 7 feet or so, following the sound of her voice. You know it's her, and then your hand touches something familiar. You feel her shoulder. You feel the motion of her arms as she moves her hands about. She seems unnoticing of you, however. She's right in the middle of casting.
Then as soon as she gets done casting, I'd like to kind of reach my arm around her waist and kind of pull her, back until I can find a wall to kind of guide my way out of. And then he's yelling for Valafor to kind of stay at the door.
Okay. Now, what were you doing? You were trying to make your way to describe your movement.
Yeah, he was kind of fumbling, and then once he got to Karma, he's going to try to fumble his way until he finds a wall that he can navigate with.
Okay, give me a blind perception roll. You're going to have a massive penalty on this. In other words, the DC is going to be high. So you try and use your memory.
Well, he's not really using his memory. He's trying to find a wall that he can run his hand along.
You have to use your memory to remember your location and where the walls are. You have to recall knowledge. Okay. You don't feel any walls. You're moving around. You've got a grasp of her. You're pulling her around, but that's about it. You feel furniture and things. You don't feel a wall.
Yeah, well, what else can I really do here?
Nothing. You got a critical failure on your perception roll. So you're basically going in circles. Anyway, suddenly, the spell lifts, and the darkness evaporates. Your light returns, from your magical gauntlet. What are you casting your light on, Karma?
My sword,
Okay, so your sword is always out.
like the hilt of my sword at my hip.
Perfect. And Valafor, you see what's going on here. And just as the light returns, you hear another cackling laugh in the background. Doesn't sound like the Drider. And then it goes quiet.
Balfour's going to make a perception check to see if it was Ronaldo laughing at us.
Have you met Ronaldo?
Yes, I met him.
Yeah. No roll necessary for that. Does not sound like Ronaldo, unless somehow he changed his laughter. This sounded sinister and evil. And as you sit there and contemplate this, we're going to end the encounter. So you guys, Bjorn, Karma, you're where you're totally at right now, right at the corner of the bar there. That's the best you can make out for a wall. And Valafor, you see your friends. The light returns once again. Essentially, you were hit with a darkness spell and attacked within it, briefly. At least Karma was. But that danger seems to have dissipated. And you find yourself once again in a familiar setting in this tavern. Fully lit. There doesn't seem to be any threats that you can see. And Valafor, I assume you enter the chamber to see your friends once again. What do you do?
Seeing Karma's wounds, Bjorn will start to patch her up as best he can.
She don't work tonight.
She's kind of beaten up. You know, she's been electrocuted, and fireballed, but she's in good spirits overall. You could tell because she seems to be a little bit peeved at you guys for running off after a Drider.
Seems to have given us the slip.
Indeed, we lost it in the hallway.
She just barely says a word, rather than just kind of gives you that look that says "I told you so," without actually saying "I told you so."
I know that look. And the more creatures we destroy, the less creatures we have to fight later on.
I have
That'll
a
be
feeling we have
20
not
hit
seen
points.
the last of her.
I'm sure we haven't seen the last of her. Valafor's right. Maybe in the future, approach it in a less reckless manner.
I was not reckless. I just gave pursuit.
Recklessly.
Valafor, you hear a voice whispering to you. Very similar to the voice of that cackling. And it's speaking to you. You're not sure the others can hear it. But it's saying, "Why do you trust them? Why do you trust them? They will only lead you to your doom. Turn on them, Valafor. Turn on them. They left you alone in the darkness."
Quiet, creature. Your
this out loud.
mind-affecting things will not affect me. It's telling me to attack you. Quick, it must be this way.
Karma will turn at Valafor's panicked muttering and try to stand up from her, being worked on, her medical work, but she doesn't really approach closely, and she kind of gives Valafor a distrusting glare. What do you mean they're telling you to turn on us?
It's trying to cast some kind of mind control spell on me or something.
What did you hear?
Its evil voice telling me to turn on you.
And are you gonna?
Do I look like it?
I don't know.
You'd already be
maybe.
dead if I did.
Kind of scoffs at that.
Karma, you suddenly hear a voice in your head. It's whispering to you. Do not trust Valifor. He is evil. He has in his possession something you have missed. And it will destroy you and your god as well. Run from him. Slay him even. Or you will feel more of my wrath.
Karma stops and tilts her head as she listens. Did anybody else hear that?
No.
I heard nothing.
If you heard what I heard, I think it's time to get out of here. Now.
Does she have that feeling again of being watched?
Yes. It
Where do
immediately
we
hits
withdraw
you.
to?
It immediately hits you. You remember that feeling. And you realize that, yes, it's been with you all this time, eyes upon you. And as you're in conversation with Valifor, you can't help but feel it's something to do with him. It's very unsettling. You begin to take yourself aback and you put your hand on the table close by. You start to recall the memories of the dreams that you had of that fateful night. And as you open your eyes and look towards the image, the silhouette even, of this Valifor, you briefly see an image you've seen before. Large warrior with an axe.
After a moment, Karma just reaches for her sword and draws it in almost a panic.
That's all settle easy now.
I don't trust you, Valifor.
The voice is getting to her. Bjorn, we have to get out
Yeah.
of here.
Give me a reason that I should be trusting you. You want to lead us somewhere just now. Are you even Valifor?
There is no time for this. We have to go. Whatever attacked you could come back at any moment.
We have to go where?
Anywhere but this particular room at this particular moment.
I'm being watched.
We all are.
Valifor, are you the one who's watching?
As far as I know, I've been here with you the whole time.
Prove to me that you're trustworthy. I'm not going anywhere further until we have a discussion.
Four will walk right up to the tip of her blade and say, "Would I do this?" And he'll drop his great axe right in front of her.
She's kind of taken aback a little bit. Her eyes kind of go wide, gasp a little. And she'll pull her blade back after a very silent and uneasy moment, sheathing it again. That'll do for now.
Then we must go. Picks up his axe. Let's go.
I will follow.
And the question is, where do we go now? The level below. Creature knows that we're here. If it's true that it's watching us, we're never going to be really safe.
I don't like
The
this
only way
place.
we're going to be safe is to stop this threat.
We should prepare to fight the fire harpy creatures.
We will need Cypher on that particular battle.
Yes.
Let's go down to the lower level.
Let's
Get ourselves ready.
meet her there.
Indeed.
We have one thing to take into consideration. I've drained 3.
Yes, you're in no shape to fight.
It's true, but you won't be in shape to fight for another 3 days.
Yeah.
I think you'll have to leave the heavy lifting to me on this one.
I have a -3 to all my hit rolls.
Might be some spells or magic that can help that. I'll have to look into it. Alright, so while you're in conversation in this tavern, are you going to head back to the safe room and make plans again, or do you
I
want
think
to
the plan was to head down to the area and meet Cypher by the area where the harpies were. The pixies, I guess.
Yep. We're going pixie hunting now. I lost my damn drider. I was going to have a long talk with Sheppy about the anatomy of a drider, why that's not a good thing. Couldn't do it.
But we'll meet Cypher there. I figure if we have to walk somewhere, at least head to the location that we're supposed to be for when Cypher comes back.
Yeah. And that way, whenever Cypher gets back next Sunday, then we can just pop in and boom, go.
Alright, do you want to just head down to the next level, or do you want to just go somewhere? Okay. Then,
Yep.
it's easy to get there. You head north, get up to those... No, go down those steps. No, you could go up to the spiral stairs. Which way do you want to go?
Head to the west and then drop down from there.
Okay. That means... Come on. Means you will be starting right here. And you could get down there relatively quick. So I took you down those steps where you thought maybe the drider might have went down, all right?
Hmm.
And that's where you currently are right now, in formation, moving along. And I think that's where we'll call it for there. And you can decide what to do next.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll call it there. That was pretty good. All right, folks, fantastic session. We're going to do some outros here. We're going to see what the players thought about this little episode. We're going to start with Kyle. What'd you think, Kyle? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy that? What do you think's ahead? What was that creature whispering to your friends?
I don't know, but I want its head on a spike. Yeah. I kind of feel like we're going to have to kind of almost like lay an ambush for this thing. I mean, I'm really thinking of ways we can get this creature out into the open, see just what it is. But I had fun. I enjoyed it. Mopping the floor with Morlocks, got to encounter the bar manager. I forget what her race was. And then, we had a little bit of a fight with the drider. We played the loop-de-loop there. That was a lot of fun. Hot pursuit. Yeah, baby. And almost got it, but just couldn't outrun it at the end. I just didn't have enough actions there. And, but yeah, had fun. And looking forward to the next session. We'll have Rachel back, and we'll get to fight some pixies and see how that goes.
That's fun. How about you, Jesse? What'd you think?
Great game, guys.
I will be taking a break for a while due to the baby being born this week. But I hope everything goes well with everyone. And Val 4 is going to be in shadow mode for a while. But I'll keep you updated. And as always, have a great game. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. And you don't be a stranger.
I won't.
How about you, Karma? What'd you think about tonight? Any expectations about next week, next session? What do you think?
I don't know. I had a really good time. I got to try out a couple spells. They weren't super effective, but I got to try them for the first time, so that was fun. I was really excited about Sanctuary, so but it didn't matter. I have to work on my timing, I guess. The whole turning your thoughts against your friends thing is really fun too. I was really enjoying some of the roleplay moments that really brought up for tonight. So I hope in the future I see some fruition, I guess, of where that was going, and figure out if Valathor really is untrustworthy and all that other stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, what's going on with that? The companions are turning on one another. Oh, just what I planned. Yes, evil GM I am. Yeah, that was good fun. Yeah, it was a good session. And we'll see Jesse on and off as he can in the next 6 weeks. He'll be joining us when he can. Otherwise, we're going to be back next week, folks, for episode 84. We're going to have Cypher here with us, Rachel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next week. So, folks, we're going to call it here. Remember, folks, hang in there. It's only going to get better. We'll see you guys soon.